Hello everyone, myself Advocate Harshadeep Singh Sidhu from NRI Legal Consultants. Today I've come up with another important topic for the NRIs, that is divorce by mutual consent. If NRIs want to file for a divorce by mutual consent, there must be various questions in their minds like how to proceed with it and how to file it and where is the jurisdiction lie and where to file for the divorce by mutual consent. Now in this video I would be briefly covering all these topics. First of all, the most important thing in filing for a divorce by mutual consent is the jurisdiction. The case is to be filed at the family court of appropriate jurisdiction, that is, ਜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਦਾ ਵਿਆਹ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ, ਜਿੱਥੇ that is the place where the marriage has been solemnized, ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਕੇਸ ਫਾਈਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ. Second, at the marital home. Third, where the wife is presently residing, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਪਤਨੀ ਉਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ ਰਹਿ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ at present. And at last but not the least, where both husband and wife have lived together. So these are the four places where the divorce by mutual consent can be filed. Now in the cases for the divorce by mutual consent, a joint petition is filed before the family court. This joint petition is filed by both husband and wife, which would contain certain factors like information regarding the alimony, regarding the maintenance, regarding the child custody, and other relevant information. And for this, a memorandum of understanding could also be prepared. All the factors are pre-decided and are mentioned in this petition. Now, when this petition is filed before the judge may ask some relevant information regarding the case, that is the date of marriage, date of separation, the reason for divorce. Now for the NRIs, the difficulty that arises here is that they are not able to be physically present in the court. Now for this purpose, the NRIs could appoint a power of attorney holder who would represent upon their behalf and give the statements or get recorded their statements in the family court. So during the first motion, when the statements have been recorded, a 6-month cooling off period is given by the judge. Now in certain cases, this 6-month cooling off period can be waived off. This has been observed by the Supreme Court in various judgments, like the recent one was Amardeep Kaur versus Hardeep Singh, and even the Kerala High Court has observed in the case of Tommy Joseph versus Samitha Joseph that waiving of period of the cooling off period is secular in nature and will apply across the family law of different religions. So there are numerous judgments of the Supreme Court that this cooling off period can be waived off. Now, once the cooling off period has been waived off, the application is filed for the waiving of the cooling off period. So once this cooling off period has been waived off, the second motion begins. During this motion, if the status quo remains, if there has been no change in the status quo and both the husband and wife agree on the terms of the settlement that they want the divorce to take place, they want the decree of the divorce to be given to them, then the court finally awards the decree to them. And in certain cases, if the presence of the husband and wife is required, this could be done through video conferencing. And even the power of attorney holder could also give the statements on behalf of the husband or wife. Now the difficulty that the NRIs face is that they would have to travel to India to get the decree. But in the case of mutual consent, on the case of divorce by mutual consent, they don't need to travel to India. They can appoint their power of attorney holder, which could be preferably their family member or their close friend or any relative who would be representing them on their behalf and would carry out the procedure of the court as if they would have been doing so. So this is the basics of the procedures for the divorce by mutual consent. I hope this video would have been informative and would be of great use for you guys. Thanks again from Team NRI Legal Consultants.